Hey there, it's Kayla and Maisie with your Western Egg Weekly Update. Our paper is here hot off the press this Thursday morning, and we've got a lot of big headlines to talk about this week, so we're just going to jump right into it. Something you guys may have heard about this week, and we kind of dove into more detail, is some changes in the mandatory RFID program. We originally had all kind of thought that we were set up to have a shift to all mandatory electronic ID by January 2023, but USDA recently announced that they're maybe kind of pausing that. And so we talked to APHIS to confirm where we're actually at, because I think there's been a lot of confusion as to where our ID program is going right now. So we visited with APHIS to get confirmation that those deadlines are paused. And then we also talked to Dr. Brian Rowe, who does a lot of traceability on cattle throughout the state of Montana and as they travel to other states, and got some input on where he's going with his program and his clients.
In the wake of the current Miss Montana USA's comments about animal agriculture, we had a lot of requests from our readers to write a story about this and kind of research this a little bit more. Miss Montana USA welcomed an interview with us, but then said that she couldn't do it due to safety concerns, which is totally fine. I'm sure she's getting a lot of negative backlash right now. But I was able to talk to the 2015 Miss Montana USA, who is a major proponent of agriculture. We've got a whole story in this week's Reporter about her views regarding animal agriculture, agriculture in general, the state of Montana, and how she represented the state of Montana and agriculture during her year as Miss Montana USA.
And our final headline on the front page of this week's issue is regarding the Product of USA label that they've been putting on beef. The United States Cattlemen's Association recently filed a petition with FSIS, the Food Safety Inspection Service, to make a more strict definition of what U.S. beef actually is. Right now, if beef comes into the country and is simply rewrapped or somehow handled in the U.S., it can be labeled as a product of USA. The USDA doesn't believe that's right, and they want to get that USA beef term to be any cattle that are born, raised, and harvested right here in the U.S., so that maybe there's a little more clearness in that label. So they filed a petition with the FSIS, and this story kind of goes into what that petition says. And then actually after this paper went to print, they got some support from some South Dakota senators, and there's a bill in the legislation that also talks about defining U.S. beef, so we'll have more details on that in our next issue, but this is a good intro to that whole discussion.
And last but certainly not least, we have a story from a 1956 Western Ag Reporter from Bill's War Bag. That's all the hot news from the high country, and that's no bull.